Thank you, Nicholas. In our top stories, plans to refloat stricken Japanese vessel and the first group of South Sudanese begin their journey home. Good afternoon. Maritime authorities are trying to refloat the stricken Japanese fishing vessel that ran aground in thick fog at Clifton in the Cape Peninsula. The 50-meter-long Eihatsu Maru with a crew of 28 got stranded this morning. 19 of the crew members have been evacuated by the National Sea Rescue Institute. Disaster management spokesperson Wilfred Solomons Johannes says 2 tugboats will be used in the operation.
The tugboat has arrived and attempts will be made to remove the vessel at the first available opportunity. If it fails, we will initiate further actions and implementing procedures how to remove the vessel within the next 24 to 48 hours along the coastline until the condition deteriorates that can result in a major emergency along the coastline.
Residents of Ganda informal settlement in Kliptown in Soweto say they will not rest until government gives them houses that they were promised before the elections. Today they protested, destroyed scores of toilets and blockaded roads with burning tires to express their anger and frustration. Community leader Philip Mnomia.
The people, they said they don't want the toilets. You must have at least a yard. He said to us, no, you must wait after the vote. When after the election, you come with this toilet. The people, they said, no, they don't want a toilet. He said, no, if we don't want a toilet, we're not going to get a house. Then he built this toilet. We tried to talk to him. No, he said, no, if somebody going to break these toilets, he's going to call the police.
Meanwhile, the local councillor Vusi Shongwe says people are fighting political battles.
So I can't say anything exactly good what's happening because there are personal issues. What I can say, there are those maybe who are against me, but they want to use people as if not service deliver, but the issue is not about service deliver. There are those individuals who are fighting me.
It was a long day for friends and family and comrades of the late Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs Minister Sicelo Shiteka. Early this morning, they congregated at Johannesburg Standard Bank Arena for his official state funeral. They finally laid him to rest at Johannesburg's West Park Cemetery. Busi Chimombe reports.
Sicelo Shiteka received a resounding send-off. Friends and family spoke of his energy, decisiveness and love of life. In death, his mistakes were not judged, with mourners rather choosing to celebrate the positive aspects of a man described as complex and multifaceted. His tombstone bears the epitaph, "Your good works will follow you." For SABC News, I'm Busi Chimombe in Johannesburg.
Moving further afield, the first group of South Sudanese citizens who have been stranded for months in a camp in Sudan have begun their journey to the south. The residents of the camp were last month declared a security threat by authorities. The BBC's Mary Harper has the details.
More than 400 people are being taken by bus to Khartoum, from where they'll be flown to the South Sudanese capital, Juba. Many of them have never been to South Sudan, so settling there is likely to be a challenge. The International Organization for Migration says many have relatives in the south and that it and other humanitarian agencies will be providing some help. Hundreds of thousands of South Sudanese left Sudan after the south seceded, but about 350,000 remain in the north.
And finally, back home, thousands of aviation enthusiasts assembled at the Air Force Base in Valhalla, Pretoria, for the Master Power Technologies Air Show earlier today. The show was celebrating the first use of aircraft in military operations more than 100 years ago. About 220 aircraft from the Air Force aerobatics stars and teams from the private sector participated. The Boeing 727 used by the Deputy President seemed to be a favorite among revelers. This year's lineup was filled with more aerobatic displays than previous years.